I've been rotting away in my room for the past 6 months, and I've decided that I need to get myself out of it, and I need to, you know, take myself out of my comfort zone. So I've decided to take up the BookTube Newbie Tag and introduce myself, how I'm like as a reader, and also you know, partake in a little self-indulgence as you do. I'm just going to do it because I'm way too nervous. Yeah, this really feels like like an audition. But anyways, let me just get on with it. So I've got the questions written down in my little notebook, and the first one being, why did you start this channel? And I think I've kind of answered this, but I've decided that this year I'm going to try and, you know, go out of my comfort zone and do things that make me slightly uncomfortable, which for as long as I can remember has been social media. And you know, I want to become more comfortable with filming myself in front of the camera, with social media, with articulating my thoughts and feelings about certain books. And so I kind of intend this channel to be like a digital diary, and something that would be kind of cool to look back on, and something to cringe about, I guess. And I mean, it's not really anything new talking about books. I kind of just sit here and doing it to myself most of the time, but just having a camera is something really just nerve-wracking about it. See, I can't even speak. Anyways, that's me blabbering on. Number 2, what are some unique and fun things you can bring to BookTube? Me. But being serious, I think when I did used to watch BookTube a lot when I was a bit younger, I used to see the same books on it, and I think the books that I read tend to be a little bit more different, and ones that aren't seen as much, so it'd be really cool to bring awareness to those types of books. And also I'm going to try hopefully talk about other things on the channel aside from books, maybe bringing art in, or just random things that are in my head, because most of what I do is just think. Number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Well, first of all, I guess encouraging conversation. I think it'd be really cool to talk to people, at least in the comment section, about the similar books that we've read, and I guess discovering people with similar taste. And also improving video wise. I've really been wanting to get into photography, and so this will be a cool start, and hopefully my videos will improve and not get worse as I carry on. And then the 4th question is the very big question of, why do you love reading? And well, I don't know how to answer this without saying I just do. It's just something I love doing, and I've always done it. But I guess I would give the reason of, it kind of makes, I believe it makes someone more human, and that's why I love doing it. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? So I can't pinpoint an exact book or series that got me into reading, because like I said, I've been reading for as long as I can remember. But when I was a child, the books that kind of sustained my hobby or my passion were like authors like Roald Dahl, Jacqueline Wilson, the Dog Diary series, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, the series of Unfortunate Events, and then I just go into the library and pick up whatever book. But those were some of the books that I really loved, like Matilda, by Roald Dahl, all of his books, and yeah, those were generally the books. Number 6, what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Well, one that's always in my head, which maybe I shouldn't say, but it's have you actually read all the books that you talk about? Because you guys go through a lot of books, and it's always on my mind how you balance that with other things. But that's slightly cheeky to ask. So if you could say that you've written one of the books that you've read, which book would you most want to say that you've written? Because yeah, who wouldn't want to, you know, write one of these books? Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be hardest to overcome? I think, as you can probably tell, I'm quite nervous in front of a camera, so I think one difficulty will be kind of portraying confidence across the camera, so I hope to overcome that. I also hope to stay consistent and do it, even though it is cringing me out every second right now, and hopefully I have enough time to dedicate myself to at least a video whenever I can. And I don't really want it to become a chore, so I guess it's maintaining the balance between consistency, discipline and enjoying oneself. Number 8, some easier questions now. When did you start reading? As I probably said a lot, I don't really remember a particular age, but I guess my first book memory of reading a book when I was really young, probably 4 maybe, I don't know, but it was those Disney books, like children books, so those were probably the first ones. Number 9, where do you read? I read anywhere, but I mainly read in my bed, because it's just the most comfortable and I'm on it most of the time. Yeah, rotting away like I said. And I have tried, you know, to be kind of aesthetically pleasing and read in a cafe or somewhere public, but I just get really distracted by everyone around me, and I find myself paying more attention to them than the words that I'm reading, so that doesn't really work for me. So yeah, my bed. And number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read anything and everything. I don't discriminate at all. But I've just like gone through my bookshelves and pulled off basically the top books that are there and show those as a representation of what I like to read. So we have In a Dark Dark Wood by Ruth Ware, which I'm sure many of you have seen, but it's a thriller, one that I very much enjoy reading. It's very light, it has a very creepy atmosphere, and it's a thriller. Then we have My Year of Rest and Relaxation. I'm sure everybody's seen this. I don't really know what genre this is, but this. We have Bridget Jones's Diary, which is just very humorous. Thin Places, which is part memoir and part nature writing. We have the 2 books I want to talk about, which are The Sea, and The End of Loneliness, which are like literary fiction. And then we have Tess of the D'Urbervilles, which is a classic, obviously. And then another, that was The Sound of Books. And then we have The Man Died by Wole Soyinka, which is another memoir type book, and it's beautiful. And yeah, those are kind of all the books that I like reading. Some of them. I kind of fluctuate between genres, and yeah. And then the last question is, what does your book collection look like? And as you can see, it's behind me, but I don't really want to move because I feel like everything will fall down that's next to me. So if I've passed the audition round, then please, you know, see you in the next video. And I need to end this because it's so cringy.